Hi guys, and welcome back to another Ghosts of Scotland. Today we check out 10 ghost reports from the counties of Dumfries and Galloway. The A75 between Gretna and Annan has had many interesting reports, but two stood out. The first incident comes from a lady that reports that while she was driving from Annan, a man in a red jumper and dark trousers stepped out on the road in front of her. She was unable to stop in time and believes that she hit the man, though when she got out of the car to look for the gentleman, there was no one around to be seen. It is believed that other people have experienced the same encounter on the same stretch of road. The second report comes from March of 2004. From another lady that says while she was driving around at about 9:30, she was forced to perform an emergency stop as to what she describes as an old-fashioned horse-drawn stagecoach crossed the road right in front of her. She says the apparition was like a grainy fuzzy picture you'd see on an old black and white TV. After the experience had ended, she received a panic call from her partner, who had feared that she had been in an accident. Number 3. Headless Woman. By the bridge in Buckland Valley, there are stories of a headless woman that haunts the area, scaring many an unsuspecting traveller, though one account of the headless woman goes on to say that she prevented a robbery by scaring the would-be victim away, leading some to believe that the entity in life herself was a casualty of a robbery and murder. Number 4. Headless Horseman. It would appear that Dumfries in Scotland has its own tale of a headless horseman. During the 1940s, several accounts of a headless horseman was seen along Castle Street. The belief behind the horseman is that in life he was fleeing from his girlfriend's overprotective brothers, but was unlucky enough to have his head removed from a low-hanging branch in his efforts to escape. Number 5. Woman in White. The village of Kirkbean is alleged to be haunted by a mysterious woman in white, who can be seen either walking along the treetops or down on the streets below. Very little is known as to the identity of the figure, but the reports of her date back to the late 1800s. Number 6. Faceless Woman. Two workmen that had been working on the Cairnsmore Manor house got the shock of their lives when they were locking up one night. They say they heard a crashing noise come from within the building. Fearing something had broken, they both ran upstairs, but on reaching the first floor they caught sight of a woman in a long dark dress who vanished out of their sight. Not wanting to lock anyone within the building, the builders continued to search the property. When they got to the attic, they found the woman they'd seen from the first floor. Yet this time they ran in fear, as the woman had a grey featureless face that scared the workers to their core. Number 7. Footsteps. An eerie report comes from a doctor's housekeeper, as she would state many times she could hear disembodied footsteps coming from within the doctor's home, but with no explanation as to who they could be coming from. It is said that later on, when the doctor became ill and died, he was found in the spot where the footsteps were believed to be coming from. Number 8. The Couple. A report from 1957 from a truck driver states that whilst he was passing by Saltbridge Road, he slammed on his brakes as he watched a middle-aged looking couple step out in front of him. He accounts as he got out of the truck to yell at the couple, but found that they had completely disappeared. This appears to be a very common theme, so be careful whilst driving. Number 9. Old Smugglers Inn. Reports have been coming in from the Old Smugglers Inn of a shadowy figure that has been seen on multiple occasions. Perhaps this figure is related to the frequent activity within the building, as lights and other electrical equipment have been observed to turn themselves off and on, and eerie disembodied footsteps have been heard coming from the attic. And finally for this episode, number 10, Glebe Bridge. Back in 1996, a group of teenagers said they saw a gentleman in old-fashioned clothes loitering around the bridge. Thinking he looked lost and out of place, they approached him to see if he needed any assistance, but the figure mysteriously vanished before they could get near him. Another report from this bridge in 2006, from witnesses saying that they could hear wailing coming from underneath, but upon closer investigation nothing could be found. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe.